Did it say get back to Baxter? That's a twist. There's no doubt about that.
Dispatch. Has Rex checked in? He's transporting a suspect to the station. We can't get him on the radio. He isn't picking up his phone either.
Nope, he hasn't checked in. We'll notify you when he should.
Copy that.
Great reception down
Oh
there.
shit, if Rex is missing, it could be going down right now. Where'd you take Joy, you asshole?
You freaking dick. Freaking dickhead, where'd you take Joy? Where would Abigail take Joy? An actual Puritan era gallows? At the Judgment House? No, you dumbass. To the killer's destination. To the church. Oh, you're an idiot, brother. The killer's instrument of death will be there. And then also the witness's destiny and the church attic. No, where would Abigail take Joy? Is Abigail the bell killer? Of course. That's where she'll take her.
Instrument of death, meaning her death, where she was killed. The gallows at the museum. Hang on, kid. I'm on my way.
It's called game design, bitch. Look it up. Always keep them guessing. You gotta keep the gamers confused. It's amazing how much of this game is just walking through the town. I mean, it is so walkable. I'll make the joke, but... So surely the only way that we can defeat a 300-year-old ghost is to solve what is keeping her in this mortal coil, the space between life and death. It must be, we have to kill the real witch. And then she'll be good? Non-consecrated? Send me. What are your feelings on this game compared to David games? This is much worse than a David game. Because it's kind of like... It's a combination of a very, very... I mean, ridiculously contrived story, but also executed kind of badly. Like, at least in the David games, like, they're competently made from, like, a craftsmanship standpoint. For the most part.
No one deserves to be murdered. And when the psycho trying to kill someone pretends there's some grand justice behind it, that just makes it all the more twisted.
Yeah, plus there's no pissing. Gameplay.
Joy!
Ronan, help!
Not another step.
No, not you, Rex. This has nothing to do with her, Abigail.
Oh, but it does. For 300 years, we have executed the witches who corrupt our fair city.
Down there. Let's go.
Those who try to mask their demonic contract and leverage powers they should never possess.
Just like you have.
What are you
Don't
talking
dare
about?
compare me to her.
Easy, easy. Put your hands up!
Help!
Don't do anything stupid.
Hands up! Stop what you're doing.
Wait, how does he see
Hands
us?
up! Do it now!
Oh, because he is Abigail. That's right. Okay, fair enough.
Abigail, stop!
She's leveled up her ghost powers.
What are you doing?
It's obviously not Rex.
This was you.
I want you getting closer to the truth.
Ronan, do something!
Hold tight, kid. I'm on my way.
Just gotta walk in a semicircle to get around the demon portal. What can stop Abigail? My powerful scream. Bodied. Why didn't you think of that, dumbass?
It's over, Abigail.
It is? How can I stop Abigail? Just hit the E-bar! Shit.
No! No! No!
Joy!
Oh, god damn it. Send her, dude. There's a little bit of a disjointed section.
The time is upon us, Abigail Williams.
No!
You scourge of Salem. It is time to pay for your sins!
This can't be happening. You want to use memories against me? Two can play at that game.
It's like when you grab the baseball bat, which is what this motion is. Now you grab her arm.
I know the truth about your death, but I still don't know the truth about mine. Did you use Rex to kill me?
Rex was my most influential. The most respected, the most feared official in town. Of course I did.
2 FPS cutscene.
How could Rex have done it? Rose's killer had blue eyes.
I didn't use the same killer for every murder.
Baxter. Why did you kill Baxter?
I eventually kill all the killers I use. Especially the ones who get close to the truth.
Well, this is just unbelievable.
I wasn't close to the truth in the apartment. I wasn't one of your killers. Why did I have to die? I wouldn't. No. No, no, I wouldn't. How could I? You made me kill her.
Oh, son of a bitch.
If I'm going out, you're coming with me.
Man, you just had to move. This is stunning. I can't tell. Does he still have legs, or have his legs been taken by the demons? Still got him. Okay.
We all got a dark side. Sometimes obvious, sometimes not. If we're lucky,
Oh my god.
we
It's
keep
so
our dark
long.
side hidden. By law, Rex was a killer. But the law doesn't always see the truth.
It's like when you see a Reddit post you know you're not gonna read.
And she would never press charges. She might even help Rex cover his tracks. One thing's for certain. She's a better person than I was at that age. A kid who deserves forgiveness.
Forgiveness
She's
for
paid
what?
her dues. And committing a few small crimes, searching for your mom, well, even the coldest cops would forgive those.
Forgiveness for trespassing? Is anyone
Hasn't
playing
been a
this
bell
game
killer
like,
murder since the night Abigail
what's
made
gonna
her
happen
final
with
round.
Joy's trespassing charge?
But the case never officially closed. But memories fade, time heals. With luck, Salem will move on and find peace. Death repays debts, my father always said.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Forever I believe that. But truth be told, this life ain't over until you're honest about what you owe. Set everything right. Settle your debts. Only then can you move on.
Ronan?
I freaking missed you, Beb. Oh, that's just... It just ends. and then it just ends. Extreme Edges team. Well, all this is going on. Let's be very disrespectful. Let's read some of the positive reviews, as I like to do. By the way, reviews, 81% positive, 85% positive overall. I started the game with any good expectations because I remembered that people didn't like the game, but it was a nice surprise all the time. There were minor issues, but which games don't have any problems at all? The story, yes, was predictable, but who cares? Good point. I never considered it that way. I enjoyed it. I don't think the stories shouldn't be predictable. IMO, I like to have the impulse of keeping playing to know if I am right. I recommend Murdered Soul Suspect, but keep in mind that it is a short game with a predictable story, and maybe the topic is not one of your favorites. Oh my god, this is a long one. You know when it starts with a quote from the game, you're in for like a 1,000 word essay. Okay, this is too long. It's not. It's too long, and they explain their point, which means it's not as funny. Murdered Soul Suspect is a very unique and great game. It is certainly not for everyone, but if you like detective, mystery, or a very story-based experience, this game will be great for you. I will go to all the criterias and rate them from 0 to 10. Gameplay, 6 out of 10. It is lacking a little bit of action and enemies. I agree in principle. I don't think it's lacking in enemies, but I do think that there's a lot of... There's a dearth of action for sure. Story, 10 out of 10. This is how you do a great story and engage players from start to the end of the game. Bravo. Graphics, 8 out of 10. Just like all Square Enix games, it has an awesome graphic and good atmosphere. Only 8 points, because the facial expressions and the speaking of the characters sometimes are weird and don't match. So all in all, this game was very great, and I enjoyed it. And it was worth buying it for the full price. Definitely a must-play game, which gets an up from me. Total points, 8 out of 10. This one's just an ASCII thumbs up. This game, actually pretty good, but doesn't need much requirement as it an old game. Not really old, actually. But that's in the review, that's not me. But one thing I had in mind, why do I feel seizures and always got me puke around 20 min to 30 min while playing this game? I already turned off the motion blur, but it doesn't help. Above that, all this game deserved, thumbs up. I hate to say it. One thing I had in mind, why I do feel seizures and always got me puke around 20 to 30 minutes. Oh. It's really, that's dangerous, dude. These are long credits. I mean, when people give this a mild thumbs up, I'm like, no problem. When people are like, it's amazing, I'm like, come on. Uh-oh, here's one. Short version, 86%. Long version, no thanks. $86.0, exactly. Oh, dude. Here we go. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Benjamin Franklin. Murdered Soul Suspect is a one-shot wonder coming from Airtight Games, the last game they developed before closing their doors in July 2014. It is a wondrous detective story with a supernatural background that takes place in the timeline of one evening in Salem, present time. Does that ring any bells? I mean, anyway, I don't want to go too deep, but it's starting with the Ben Franklin quote is extremely good. It's not like reading the professional reviews of Indigo Prophecy. This is my personal opinion. Audience, everyone, graphics, good to beautiful. Price, full price / wait for sale. Requirements, oh god, it's an objective game review. Difficulty, easy. Game time / length, short to few hours. Story, good to fantastic. Bugs, nothing, I had no bugs. Overall, 8.5 out of 10. Let's read a negative review. This is like an essay. How about this one? Sole Suspect. The trailer alone had me clapping my hands from excitement. Okay, this is one of those things where you gotta learn when you're writing a review, it's too easy to make people discount your opinion just like that. When you say you clapped at the trailer, people are like, I'm out. The concept seems unique at first. That being said, the game feels empty when it comes to gameplay, and the semi-original plot can't make up for it. All your abilities seem to have huge potential, and you'll be excited about what you can do along the way. Then you'll realize you're limited to distracting people with flashing lights and walking through a wall, but not all walls, only some walls every now and then. Finally, a kindred spirit. You also have the ability to possess people, which seems wicked awesome at first. You can possess pretty much everyone you meet, and you have the options of mind reading or influencing them. However, reading their mind, everybody says the same thing like, oh man, it's sort of chilly today, or I hate my job, and you lose interest pretty fast. In the end, I'm unsure about whether or not to recommend this game. Okay, well, you know. Overall, it's a lukewarm bowl of pudding. It's not entirely done and feels a little lacking, but hey, it's still pudding in the end. Oh no, dude. I found a condescending one. PC gamers tend to be open to a much broader range of games than console gamers are. Great start. So it was no surprise to see this game get a high score when it hit Steam. I was first introduced to video games through a computer, and though I love all kinds of games, adventure games were my stock in trade. When the game was first announced, I thought it sounded like a solid concept. I was slightly disheartened to see its low scores, but when most console gamers play mostly FPS and sports titles, it wasn't a shocker. Now, I understand this review is very late, but I have an older PC, so my titles are limited. The story of this game is the most engaging I've played in a long time. The gameplay is about what you would expect in an adventure mystery game. I've read reviews complaining about, all you do is walk around and pick things up. Newsflash, hardcore gamers. That's what you do in an adventure/mystery game. I don't remember this game being advertised as anything other than that. ... For those of you who like this type of game, I'd rank it up there with a lot of the great classics I played as a kid. Sierra's The Adventures of Laura Bow comes to mind. It's a mystery game that keeps you guessing until the end. I thought I had a pretty solid theory going, only to have it completely shattered. In a good way. It's the kind of game that can never be done again. It's such an original idea that doing it again only feels cheap. Maybe I'm just someone with the flair for the dramatic, but I would say that this game is worthy of being called a work of art. Is it the greatest game to ever exist? Of course not. But it was spectacular nonetheless. The credits are still going. The good. Play as a cat sometimes. Get killed by a ghost train. Perform demonic exorcisms. Walk through walls and teleport. World about as big as Bully or Hitman 2. Easily traversed. It's so walkable. Meet serial killers and depraved mechanics. Send people to heaven. The not so good. Questionable detective work. Substantially wonky controls. Wear questionable attire throughout the game. Cigarette smoking. Verdict, I demand an all-cat sequel. Happy feet. A few facts. Good storyline. Nice gameplay. Square Enix. Easter eggs in the game. Voice characters. The ability to possess people and read their thoughts. Cool. But you can possess a cat and control her mind. Whoa. The lack of music. So, 8 out of 10. So you investigate your own murder. Your investigation skills are enhanced since you're a ghost, in a very nicely done way. This game has amazing story, worth making it a movie. The investigation scenes are brilliantly done, makes you think, connect things, follow leads, and reveal the story in an interesting way. And they're not that hard. Graphics are good. Sounds are not bad. The whole ghost thing mechanism is done in a very appealing way. I like to see more games like that. My problem was with the 100% achievements. Codecs are a expletive, for instance. And if you finish the game without getting all the achievements, you need to start all over again. And it would be nice if they told you how many collectibles left in a certain area so you know when it's done and move to another. Such a great game. This is wild. 7.5 out of 10. Very good game, but I'd recommend buying it on sale. A mix of Alan Wake meets LA Noire and has a baby delivered by Bigby Wolf, with the whole thing being recorded by Nicolas Cage on an 8mm film and Jennifer Love Hewitt standing by to help all the ghosts watching cross over. Pro. Good mystery story and atmosphere. Lots of collecting. Very interesting system and dynamic of game while playing as Ghost. Dark undertone of story. Enjoyable graphics and pretty smooth gameplay IMO. Cons. Very little and simplistic combat. If you strictly rush main story, it might be a bit short. I did 2 playthroughs. First one, I collected all except 5 items. Second, I rushed to get those items, so probably took me 6 hours. Wish World was more open to explore. Ghosts you meet are pretty forgettable. This would work great as a mystery adventure with RPG progression. Not really scary. Conclusion. Worth playing. Hope there is a sequel, and I will buy it. Anyway. No, that was a positive. What's my review out of 10? I mean, honestly, I think I would be inclined to give this like in the 3s. I don't think this is I think it's well below 5 in my opinion. Like 3 to 4 for me is about where I'm at, which I mean I'll admit it's low, brother. But no, 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. It's pretty bad.